Stop trying to go viral. If going viral is your content strategy, then you don't have the right strategy or the right mindset. Sure, people go viral. A lot of different people out there doing a lot of different funny things on the internet, and some of them get a lot of attention. But in the year 2026, it is not a unique business or content strategy. Now, hear me out. Let's talk about why going viral has become the goal. I think there's a few things going on here at play. One is there's platform incentive. So people think, well, if I can just go viral, then the platform, for example, something like YouTube, I can start getting a lot of views and a lot of revenue. Some of the other reasons why this is happening, people just say, let's just go viral, and people are chasing all of these hooks and content creators that will teach them how you can go viral too. Quite frankly, it's like a lot of envy. Of course, we all want to do well. Of course, we all want to get a lot of leverage out of our content. It's natural to want to be seen and heard and have success. But a lot of times what happens is that envy kind of eats away at us, and it makes us actually lose focus on the bigger picture for our actual business. We're like chasing a ghost a lot of times when our whole mindset is wrapped up in going viral. And the other thing I'll say about this is it's, quite frankly, a lot of times just chasing vanity metrics. There are probably plenty of people who go viral and then don't actually make any revenue out of going viral. It's not like instant success, instant fame just because you have a video that goes viral. I've heard stories on the other opposite side of the coin where people end up deciding they want to shut it all down. They want to completely go away because it sort of wrecks their life. They can't handle it. It's too much. It's overwhelming. You get bullied. There's trolls. You can't handle it. So just remember, there's a flip side of going viral. It's not all like roses and butterflies, okay? What does viral do for an actual business? Does this actually move the needle for my business? Is this actually bringing money through the door? If you're wrapped up in just going viral, that's the goal. It's not connected to how am I going to build a consistent and repeatable stream of income and revenue for my business. That should always be the number one goal. There's also a hidden cost to chasing virality. What are some of those hidden costs? One, burnout. If that's all you're chasing, it's really easy to get wrapped up and all consumed in going viral to where you just create a ton of content all the time, and that does not help your business. Two, you can get inconsistent messaging. If you're just trying to make videos that are all going to go viral, you might be covering a lot of different things that aren't necessarily related to each other. And we've all made this mistake. I've made this mistake. Look, it happens. It's okay if it happens and you've done it. Just move on. But again, chasing the viral goal can lead to inconsistent messaging. And lastly, what does that do to your audience when you have an inconsistent message and they don't really know what you're doing or who you are or who you're for or if you were for them? You just end up with a confused audience, and confused audiences do not convert to revenue. If going viral is not the ultimate goal for most brands, what should you do? Here are 3 things to focus on. Number 1, resonance. Is our content going to actually resonate with our ideal customer profile, our person who we're trying to reach and zero in on and make that eye contact with? Are we going to resonate with them? They are a unique type of buyer with a unique problem, and you are solving that problem. Are you going to resonate with them? Focus on building trust over traffic. Traffic will come in time, but it's a drumbeat. You gotta repeatedly, consistently do this over and over again. All of the biggest influencers that you see out there, if you look at their content, if you break down someone like Cody Sanchez, who I love and I really admire her content, she says a lot of the same things over and over again. And by doing that, she builds trust and authority with her audience to show that she knows what she's talking about. So focus on trust over traffic. And number 3, focus on consistency over novelty. So it's fun to say different things all the time, to come up with new ideas all the time, to push a new product. But again, when you do that, you just confuse your audience. They're not really quite sure why they're following you and how you're the best problem solver for a unique issue that they have. So focus on consistency of messaging over novelty. Now, what content compounds over time? So if it's a drum beat, and we got to keep beating that drum of taking that next step over and over again, what works over time? There are a few things here to really dial in on. One, your unique point of view, your POV posts. So you have a really unique take on something that everybody else is saying. Nothing is new here on the internet at this point, but you have the opportunity to have a really unique angle and custom point of view in which you can communicate that's just going to tap into someone's emotions and someone's mindset and where they are at that time that they come across you. So a really unique point of view is something you need to really dial in and tap into. 2, the other kind of content that compounds over time, this is what we often refer to as evergreen content. Content that can be 5 years old and still relevant. And that is often educational content. Educate your audience, bring value to them, speak to them about something that they want to learn about that you have a really clear and distinguished, unique point of view about. And 3rd, narrative consistency. That will compound with you over time. And this relates back to what I said about beating that drum, building trust over traffic. Narrative consistency and consistency of your messaging is really what people need from you to know that you are the number one person that they want to go to for this specific thing at all times. That is the trust that you want to build. That is going to take your business so much further than chasing that viral ghost that doesn't really want to be chased. How do you measure success if you don't see the vanity metrics like views and likes? There's a few other things I want you to be looking for. One, are people commenting and saying, oh my gosh, I totally feel this way, or this really hits home? The other thing, are people saving your posts? That is one of the metrics that I think oftentimes gets overlooked by brands. Are people saving? And are they sharing your posts? So to me, if we're getting shares and saves, that is a way more telling metric to me that content really resonated and hit home with someone and with the audience, more than just a bunch of vanity metrics and likes. Now, can viral content still happen? Can it still help your business? Yeah, absolutely. Look, if you have some viral thing that goes and it takes off, and it really does wonders for your business, that's awesome. Like, give yourself a pat on the back. You did something right. Going viral should never be the only goal. That's not a strategy. Building great, consistent, repeatable content that builds trust and keeps people coming back over and over again, that should be the goal. And then going viral, hopefully it can fit in with that. The truth is that you don't need 1 million views. You need 100 people or 500 people or 1,000 people who say every single day, that is someone who I trust and that is someone who I want to do business with. Now, if you want some help and some coaching around how to create a consistent content engine, click on the link below. My team and I at Creative Shizzle, we do a lot of coaching and also execution so that small business owners who are really busy and juggling a lot of things, they can have a marketing team in their back pocket at all times. So click the link below and get a free consultation with us at Creative Shizzle. We'd love to talk to you and help you out with all of your content and brand awareness goals.